Hey guys. So I learned that I need to scream while recording because of this microphone being not loud at all. Why I wanted to show you guys this version since this version only had updates to multiplayer and also releasing it in this version is because of this. A very interesting bug. Because of the multiplayer being released, now you can type chat in single player, but it does not work. Like, if I open the chat, I can close it. But if I type something in chat, such as hello, exclamation mark, exclamation mark, it would just crash the game. It just says client error. The game broke. Java.lang.null pointer exception. Very interesting. All right, so this is 0.0.19a. I think underscore _04. Yeah, probably. Yeah, it is. This is a very interesting version with the human mobs. They have very glitched textures. If you look at them, you can understand what happened to them if you look at them enough. I know what happened. It's just that you can now see the inside of them, which makes it look really weird. Um, this bug was not fixed until 0.0.20a. This update added a few things, which is this sponge. Sponge was added. Oh wait, you can do that. I forgot about that from the last video since it has been a little bit. And glass was added. Well, glass was added. Also now, never mind. This update made it so that sand and cobblestone is no longer obtainable, which is kind of bad. But let's see if we can actually select it from the sand pit over there. Alright, seems like we can't. Yeah, we can't. Guess sand is unobtainable. I cannot try cobblestone because of, well, cobblestone kinda's gone completely. Oh, there's coal. I just digged out coal, I think. And iron. Alright, these veins could actually be very big. Yeah, these veins originally were very big. Alright. Iron, which this is actually used to be called bronze ore since, well, yeah, this is used to be called bronze. Iron used to be called bronze, which is pretty interesting, I guess. Alright, so I think that's really it. Alright, let's see if there's some things I missed in the patch notes. I forgot about that. Oh yeah. So sponge does work in this version. Wait, let's try something. Haven't fixed that yet. Unlike the sponge that was in Minecraft before 1.13, the old sponges do actually work. Like that. Can I just delete water, I guess? Um, that's really it. When you place, there used to be this visual glitch where if you select a block other than glass, actually, if you select a block, the parts of the block that is not transparent, you can actually use that to look underwater. The same is for transparent blocks, where if you select it in the mining mode, you can see underwater and stuff, where basically you can see underwater without having the water just kind of blocking your view. That bug was never fixed, kind of. It was fixed in 0.2 for survival test. Alright, time to move on. Also, some FPS limitations and also server changes were also in this version instead of saving and loading. So, this is 0.0.20a_01. This update, alright, let's first talk about what I know about this version. They fixed the human mob glitch. The blocks that the hotbar thing was changed. By the way, I forgot to tell you that the hotbar now exists instead of just being some random block kind of thing that displays what block you have chosen. The chat bug is fixed, which was fixed a long time ago in 0.0.17a. A new block menu is added, along with a few new blocks. Sand and cobblestone now obtainable again. The new blocks include the yellow flower, which is now called the dandelion, the red flower, which is this version called the red flower, later called rose, then changed it to poppies. There's the brown and also the rose bush there, and also the brown mushroom and the red mushroom are the four new plant blocks. Sapling was in the game since the first public version. Some other new blocks include gold block, which, yeah, looks like this. It was the first what not called metal block that was added in Minecraft. Then there's all of the wool types. There's this one and this one. Yeah, we're not going to go into those. This version still has no sounds yet. When the sounds were added, I'm not going to actually turn on the sounds though. So yeah. Um. Yeah, I guess this is the complete the version. Let's check the patch notes if there's some. This is 0.0.23a underscore 01, otherwise known as the same version where the sounds were not introduced, and since it was introduced to last version. Also, when the music was introduced, it was also in the last version, 0.0.22a. We don't get into that version since of the copyrighted music, but yeah. So this update didn't add much, but let's talk about the sounds. The sounds that were added in this version includes the grass sound, which is also used for dirt originally. Very interesting, not really. There's also the stone sound used for stone and cobblestone. The grass sound is also used for leaves. In the remake version, it actually used some strange kind of crumbling sound when you crunchy sound when you destroy leaves. I actually kind of like that sound, but it's not the real one. Saplings, dandelions, or yellow flower, roses or red flower, brown mushrooms, and red mushrooms all don't have any sounds at all. Also, they removed the particle effect when you destroy them as well. There's also wood sounds, which I forgot if I showed you. Probably not, though. Yeah. There's also the dirt sound, which is now used for dirt, but they used to be used for sand and gravel. Now it's used for gravel and dirt. Something like this. It sounds a little bit high pitched compared to today's. I think if you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, I feel like it's slightly more high pitched. The grass sound is also used for wool. Like if I place a lot of the wool. Actually, it's a high-pitched grass sound. Listen, this is the regular dirt grass sound. Leaves. This is the wool. Wait a minute. Yeah, it's a high-pitched destroying sound as well. It's kind of hard to tell. But yeah. This update also has a high-pitched stone sound, which is easier to tell, which is used for gold block and the glass. That's really what I think. Also, there's a new menu and stuff. You can now, there's a new menu that's today's textures. There's still no button clicking sound. There's a new options menu. Can turn on off music, turn on off sound. Invert mouse is now here instead of just pressing Y. Also, music and sound instead of just pressing M to mute all, but mute both. Show FPS you can turn on and off. Render distance you can turn here. You can still use F to change the render distance, like right here, toggle fog, which is render distance F. You can change the controls, like maybe chat Q, chat T. However, you cannot open the chat in single player, so yeah. The remake you could, but yeah, no updates. Alright, the human mobs also make sounds. So, I can just get all of the human mobs out, and then they would just make thousands of little sounds. I'm gonna hit the limit. Alright, this is gonna be a human world. Also, there is a limit of, I think, 256 humans? I'm pressing F to toggle fog. It's not really that helpful, though. However, I do need to lower render distance for the next version, since the next version has this weird bug where it's really laggy on new PC. Since I'm using a Windows 11, it's really laggy. No matter how good your PC is, alright, I've reached the limit. No matter how good your PC is, it's going to be always laggy. This is annoying. I originally did not know that human mobs make these sounds, but then I discovered that they could when I owned this version. Not today that I learned it today. I learned it originally when I owned this version. Kind of loud. These guys are stuck in the water. The next version will remove the human mobs forever, but have two more new entities, which is the sign, which used to be an entity block of it instead of being an actual block, and the arrow, which is some hints of what the next version is going to be.